opening up that to debate tonight, and we are getting a lot of phone calls into our newsroom, a lot of angry calls from our viewers. I am not taking phone calls, however, at this stage of the program, might do in the last 5 minutes of this News Hour debate tonight. I'd like to welcome Dr. Sandeep Shastri, political commentator and Pro-VC of Jain University, is joining us from Bangalore. Thank you for joining us. I think it's the first time, Dr. Shastri. I look forward to having you many more times. And we have familiar face Mohan Das Pai joining us from Bangalore, former director of Infosys, yes, one of India's best-known entrepreneurs. Meenakshi Lekhi, BJP leader, senior advocate of the Supreme Court, and Bejon Mishra, a consumer expert. Thank you very much. Bejon Mishra, may I begin by asking you, and please forgive me tonight. Everyone will be affected. I too will be affected by the diesel price hike. So if I ask you questions on the other side, it's not because I won't be affected. It's only to put the ball in your court. Bejon Mishra, my question to you is, what is the alternative? The government says, present me the alternative. Oil farms are losing 450 crore rupees per day because they are selling diesel prices that are 15.55 rupees a litre lower than the cost. So the government says, I'm only increasing the prices by 5 rupees. Why are people making such a big deal about it?
Why can't the government bring down their taxes by 5 rupees? My question to the government is that. Why cannot the government take the butt and ensure that they bring in good, efficient governance by reducing the taxes on petroleum products, so that there is no increase or there is no burden given on to the consumer? And this is very simple. They are completely insensitive towards the issues of the consumer. They are least concerned about the consumer. They are only concerned about how they can raise money for the government in the shortcut manner. And all that loss which the oil companies are showing, it is all misleading actually, because it is actually showing inefficiency amongst them. It is not showing that the world price is affected.
Good point. Now here's good point. And add on top of that, Dr. Shastri, add on top of that, that diesel is hiked by 5 rupees per litre, but I'm also informed that excise on petrol is cut by 5 rupees 30 paise per litre. What does that mean, Dr. Shastri? That means you are nullifying any benefit that accrues to the government on the basis of diesel and LPG hikes. Then what is this all about?
Now, it's very clear that the economics of it may have been thought of by the government, but the politics of it, they have gone totally off board, or they have gone totally crazy on that. When you have a coalition government in place, when you have other parties to take into account in taking a decision, if such a decision is to be made and if you see the reactions coming, there may be, and that itself can be contested, there could be a rationale for the economics of the decision. But I think the politics of the decision is totally...
No, but where is the rationale for the economics of the decision if you are going to one minute? Bejon Mishra, you raised your hand. I want to go to everyone first. Where is the economics of the decision? Where is the rationale? Is there, because I want to go to Meenakshi Lekhi.
No, because the argument that was made that there were other ways, ways in which the 5 rupee cost which they now want to levy could have been raised either through reduction of taxes or through greater rationalization of expenditure. I think the cynicism...
why reduce excise on petrol? Simple question. Simple question is,
I'm saying,
why reduce excise on petrol?
That the citizen is paying for, is it going to be rationally spent, I think, is a huge concern in the common
Dr. Shastri, my point to you is this all one big drama, or as somebody said, a fixed match? Because yesterday, and I'm just not, I'm being very decent, I'm not naming the minister, spoke to a minister and he said, the proposal is 50 to 100 rupees increase in LPG, they have not done that. 3 to 5 rupees increase in petrol, they have not done that. They've actually cut excise in petrol. And diesel, he mentioned a figure of about 6 rupees, they've done 5 rupees. So they've done more. The worry is, Meenakshi Lekhi, that this is possibly all drama, because, you can, if you were serious about it, you would not go ahead with a excise cut in petrol, would you? Would you? There's no logic for it.
The drama is to curtail the media and others speaking about Colgate and shift the focus onto price rise, which affects the whole country. And as we have seen in the past, that when it was petrol hike, at that time itself the diesel hike was in offing. When it is come March and it is time for the budget session, there is no hike. Come Delhi elections, MCD elections, they don't hike it. Immediately after losing the MCD elections, they hike the price. And when in a polity, a gentleman spoke about the polity, that politics of this is bad and they may have some economic reasoning. I think the politics itself is bad enough, because it's not just about coalition government, it's about a parliamentary structure of the government. Any price hike, any major decision, any FDI, anything coming from Pakistan, you need to discuss it openly in the parliament if there is any transparency to your actions.
I don't understand your argument, Meenakshi, about this being... No, I don't understand your argument about this being a way to counter Colgate. I mean, if this is a way to counter Colgate, then somebody is in suicide mode. If the only way to counter Colgate is by increasing prices... Then you buy that argument. Let's go to Mohandas Pai. Mohandas Pai.
No, I just want to add one more line. I just want to add one more line to my argument. Keep it going for about a week. A new headline is made and roll back the price to half or
That's absurd. No, that would be so irresponsible.
It was a bad decision.
That would be so completely
this is
irresponsible thing to do.
Do I have to say more?
Why would the government do that? Your rating agencies are going to butcher you if you do that. You know, in fact, now if you roll back, the rating agencies will butcher you even more. And for whatever Dr. Manmohan Singh's government may say, they bother about rating agencies. So I don't buy that argument, but, well, I'll stop there. I'll let Mohandas Pai come in. What do you think of what she said?
Arnab, it is the right decision the government of India has taken. They should have taken it earlier. They've taken it rightly now. They have brought down the difference between diesel and petrol. If they increase the petrol price, there has been a diversion of diesel and people would have consumed more of diesel. They want to bring down the difference. They raised the price of diesel when the cost has gone up by 14 rupees. The subsidy is 14 rupees. They brought it down to 9 rupees. Instead of raising petrol prices, they cut the tax. It means that you have lower tax, but you pay less subsidy. And reducing the number of cylinders to families for 6 is very good, because an ordinary family only consumes one cylinder for 2 months.
What is the definition of an orderly family?
Please
I'm sorry. What is the definition of an orderly family? Bejon Mishra wants to ask you. I'm sorry. No. 1 second. One second. Mohandas Pai, you're a rich man. You may be able to afford cylinders at whatever cost. Now you ask somebody else that I give you 6 cylinders at what is the present rate? 300, 350 rupees, and the rest of the cylinders you pay 750 rupees per cylinder. 750 rupees. 800 rupees per cylinder.
I want to add.
No, 1 sec. Bejon Mishra. Bejon Mishra.
A family of 5.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Complete your point.
A family of 5 consumes 1 cylinder for 2 months. So are you going to restrict people?
That family.
No, are you going to? They're very.
I also want to meet that family.
Bejon Mishra, go ahead. An orderly family, Mohandas Pai says. I'm sorry, Mohandas Pai.
What is she doing?
Mohandas Pai says an orderly family of 5 consumes 1 cylinder every 2 months.
Arnab, a consumer
I think let's have a voting on that.
As much, the consumer has to be given what they want at any time, 24/7. There cannot be a rationing of any product.
Please pay the price.
Let's understand that if I want a product, I should get it anytime, anywhere, where I want. Nobody has the right to ration. And I want to make sure that, you see, the government, when they ration, they are actually encouraging black marketing, they are encouraging smuggling, they are putting again an extra burden on the consumer. So the market has to be very, very market driven. There has to be choice, there has to be competition. And I do not believe this government lacks.
Okay, 1 minute. I want to also get in Prasenjit Bose. Prasenjit Bose, who is Dr. Shastri, I'm just coming to you, sir. Just want to take an initial round and then we open this up, because so many points of view are coming. Prasenjit Bose, still recently with the CPIM, left-leaning economist, is joining us from Delhi. Prasenjit Bose, I want to play devil's advocate with you. Government says every time prices go up by $1, our subsidy goes up by $7,000. every time our currency depreciates, falls by 1 rupee per dollar, our subsidy goes up by 4,000 crores. Now, who's going to, who's going to balance these numbers, Prasenjit? Who's going to balance these numbers?
I think that first of all the government has to decide upon its priorities, and as far as the rupee depreciation is concerned, the government is also responsible. Why has the rupee been allowed to depreciate such steeply by over almost now it is 55 rupees a dollar? A year and a half back it was 10 rupees less than that. So this rupee depreciation that the government is talking about is also the government has to take responsibility. Why this depreciation has taken place, which is today being passed on to the consumers. But at a larger level, I think there are three issues which needs to be addressed. Number one is that in India, the economic situation is turning out to be a very precarious and serious one. The growth rate is coming down. The fiscal projections, the government in the last budget had cut the fuel subsidies by 25,000 crore. That is the genesis of the problem. Now there is a problem because the growth rate is coming down, the revenues are going down, the expenditures are not going down on other heads. So therefore the government is faced with a further fiscal problem. What they are trying to do is that they are trying to find soft targets. And
soft
this
targets.
Price hike, this diesel price
okay,
hike
this is a soft target theory. Okay.
They are trying to pass on the entire burden of adjustment of the fisc onto the consumers, and mind you, the inflation rate, the food inflation rate is still more than 10%. We are witnessing double-digit food inflation rate, and if you hike the price of diesel, you are going to have a situation where food prices are going to go up because your farmers' fuel costs are going to go up.
I agree with you.
Transportation charges.
That's a good point.
Up, and it will inevitably lead
That's a good point, but 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. Political commentator Dr. Sandeep Shastri raised his hand twice. Mohandas Pai, you're nodding your head, but let me tell you, Mohandas Pai, on my phone this evening, I have so many messages right now in the last 5 seconds to your comment about a prudent family using one cylinder every 2 months. I am now doing a ready reckoner. So wherever you're watching Newshour tonight, I am right now doing a ready reckoner of what the impact will be for an imprudent, badly disciplined Indian family that consumes one cylinder every month. So if you want to know what your financial impact will be if you consume one cylinder a month under the new dispensation, I will tell you the answer to that in 3 minutes. But before that, I want to ask Dr. Sandeep Shastri, why do you disagree with Prasenjit Bose?
I disagree on one point. I go back to the point you raised earlier. I was speaking to somebody who has a family of 4 and is a typical middle class family, and they did say that on an average in a year the family has to use up around 8 to 9 cylinders. So you are talking of an increased cost for even a small family of 4. I think the whole crisis today with regard to this price increase is the common citizen somewhere feels that the citizen has been asked to pay for everything, whereas the road should have actually been greater prudence, greater economy, and greater direction from the side of the government. Given the context of all the financial bunglings that people are talking about, the common citizen gets the feeling that he or she is asked to pay for what the government has not been able to effectively manage. And I think this impression which is in the minds of common citizens
is the common citizen unjustified in saying so?
Easily.
No, 1 second. You are getting a rebut. Prasenjit is rebutting you. I welcome Mohan Guruswamy to the debate. Thank you. Prasenjit is rebutting you, doctor. Yeah.
No, it's not rebut. You see, the point is that the common citizen today is perfectly justified in thinking that while rupees 5 I have to pay more for my diesel from tomorrow, lakhs of crores of rupees which the government could earn by auctioning coal blocks to telecom licenses, they are giving away to big corporates. The common citizens are perfectly justified in thinking that they are being cheated at the expense of corrupt politicians and venal businessmen. Why do you blame the common citizens?
I'd like 1 minute before I come to you.
Given a very unfair deal.
Before I come to you, and I'm still calculating here today, I'm going to say something controversial right now, and somebody can jump. But here's my amateur calculation. My amateur calculation is, if you're a family which consumes one cylinder, say 9 cylinders a year, then under the new dispensation, you will end up paying about 1,100 rupees more per year. If you are an imprudent family that consumes one cylinder a month, in which case Mohandas Pai will be very angry with you, then you are likely to spend 2,200 to 2,500 rupees per month. Now, on top of it, rising prices because of diesel will impact your inflation.
Per year.
No, per year, sorry, per year. 2,500 rupees.
Per year, Arnab, not per month.
Impact is 900 to 2,500 rupees per year. Now, on top of it, every 1% hike that goes on, because of inflation, your impact will be 1,000 rupees per year. So, average family will be hit by 2,000 to 3,000 rupees at least per year. That's not a small amount. Mohan Guruswamy, how do you justify that? Also, the political context argument which is being put by Prasenjit Bose tonight.
Well, I don't want to put the political context to it. I'll put an economic context to it. The total fuel subsidy was 138,000 crores. Obviously, the government cannot sustain this for much longer. So the subsidies are now almost 5.6% of the budget. And you just mentioned the rise in prices. There's a 10% increase in the price of diesel. There's only a 0.47% rise in inflation. If there's a 25% price increase in the price of diesel, transport goes up by 8%, freight goes up by 10%, railways by 3%, and industries by 0.25%.
Yes.
So what is this big load you're talking about to the common man? 50% of people in this country do not use commercial energy.
This is shocking.
Now the common man is somebody else you don't talk about. The common man is the real Aam Aadmi, not the middle class, which is now posing as the Aam Aadmi in this country. So I think, you got to get some reality into this. If there is a subsidy for LPG or diesel or petrol, that comes at the cost of the common man, because he is denied something. He's denied schools, he's denied roads, he's denied electricity.
Is that
he's
so?
denied so many things.
Is that
so? He bears the cost in this country.
Okay. Opening this up, Prasenjit Bose is coming in. Prasenjit Bose first. Yeah, go on. Yes, I'm going to go to everyone one by one.
I think it is absolutely shocking that Mr. Guruswamy is coming up with all kinds of these same old arguments against subsidies. If you think subsidies are not so they are so bad that they are always coming at the cost of something else, then why do you have subsidies in the first place?
They are unmerited subsidies.
No, please listen. I
do not have subsidies for the right people.
Listen, I heard you out. No, Mr. Guruswamy, I heard you out. Please hear me out too. First of all, you are talking about subsidies going to the middle class. What about the farmers? Are all the farmers poor, small and marginal farmers who use diesel, you have not been able to supply electricity to the farmers for
okay, Prasenjit, he wants to respond to you.
Those poor farmers who
that is because you have no money.
Prasenjit, because more. Okay. All right.
The food prices are going to go.
Prasenjit, let him respond.
Let him respond.
No economic argument, Prasenjit. Statistics to show that 5 rupees hike in diesel prices is going to have 0.5% impact on disinflation, 0.7% on that inflation. Do you know that food inflation is already 10%?
It is so.
Do you know that over the past 4 years, we have been having the single largest bout of double-digit food inflation that this country has witnessed since independence? Do you know what it means? Double-digit food inflation for 4 years. Do you know how poor people are unable to have food?
Which is why I support subsidies.
Increasing diesel prices and saying this is all middle class. Diesel is used by the middle class. What kind of a completely atrocious logic that you are giving?
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, two
politicking you're going on.
Okay, 1 minute, Mohan. Let Prasenjit, there are a lot of support takers for your argument, but you must, my friend, hear the other side. And I have 3, 4, 5 hands going up on the news hour right now. Okay, sir, I will also come to you, but I will allow Mohan Guruswamy to first respond to Prasenjit directly, and then I'm coming to you, sir, in Bangalore. Yes, sir.
No, I agree that the price of food grains are going up, which is why the government has a PDS. Incidentally, West Bengal, which had a communist government, covered only 13% of its population with PDS. So, it doesn't work, so you have to subsidize it. So what are you going to do? Subsidize the guys who are already well off? What justification is there to subsidize LPG by 503 rupees a cylinder? Who consumes it? 85% is consumed in urban areas. Out of that, only the middle class and upper class consume.
So LPG is not 500 rupees per cylinder.
Maneka Gandhi.
No.
LPG is not 500 rupees per
503 rupees a cylinder. In Delhi, it is 503 rupees a cylinder. Take it from me.
So subsidy
including direct, indirect.
You are presuming,
and the losses and the under recovery.
Sir, subsidy per cylinder is around 140 to 150 rupees.
That is true.
Let us not hype the numbers.
Your economics are all wrong. Which is why your party is out of power now.
No, your economics.
And the country is in this bad state.
First of all, don't say my party. Don't say my party. Let us talk about.
Oh, you are thrown out of the party now.
What does your economics say about the
I was talking about economics.
revenue that the government is losing by handing out coal blocks and telecom licenses auction?
I am not defending. I am not defending the government. I am not. I have raised my voice on this channel.
What about those subsidies?
I have raised my voice on this channel. I don't justify that. I don't defend that.
Then
you are using a debating trick.
1 second, gentlemen. Dr. Shastri.
No, I don't want to.
Dr. Shastri next. 1 minute. Dr. Shastri shaking his head. Bijon Mishra, I know you want to take on Mohan Guruswamy. I am just coming to you, sir. 1 minute. Yes. Dr. Shastri, you want to make a point, sir. Please go ahead. I also want to make a point. Meenakshi Lekhi, food for thought.
I wanted to make two
Meenakshi Lekhi, food for thought. Meanwhile,
I'm just making two short points.
Okay, you make a point. Sure.
One is it's little difficult to stomach the argument that a 5 rupee hike in diesel will be something which will not affect the common citizen. And I think, Arnab, very strongly I would like to make this point on Times Now, that everybody talks about the Aam Aadmi, nobody is talking of the Aam Aurat, because the whole hike in your diesel is going to affect the home of the common woman. So let's go beyond this Aam Aadmi. Let us talk of the family and see how such a hike, it may... Now, I find it very difficult to believe that there will be no impact on the common home.
There will be huge
directly, indirectly, I think the impact is going to be tremendous. And I think it's important we take cognizance of this. And we also take cognizance of the fact that the woman who struggles to make sure that her family gets the meal that it requires and the life that it needs also needs to be budgeted into our debate.
Sure. I welcome that position. I want to give Meenakshi Lekhi food for thought before I come to her. Meenakshi, chew on the fact that the Gujarat government charges 23% VAT on petrol, 21% on diesel and 15% on CAG, collects a cess of 2% on petrol, 3% on diesel. Between January and December 2011, the state earned revenue 8,251.45 crore. I am reading out facts here. As VAT on petrol and diesel, cess collection 1,695.16 crore. What happened? You forgot the Aam Aadmi in Gujarat? 1 second. Before I let you come back to me on that, I let Bijon Mishra to enter the debate. Bijon Mishra.
Thank you. Thank you, Arnab. You know, it's a pity that consumer is never heard. You know, it's evident. Consumer is never heard. And you know that from your channel, through you, I have been talking to this hippopotamus government that they just don't want to understand that there is something called as efficient governance. You see, nobody wants to understand in terms of innovation to ensure that no burden is passed on to the consumer. Nobody is trying to innovate within the government. They all want to get into a shortcut, kind of a quick fix. By raising the, kind of a taxes, by giving all kinds of advertisements to arm people. You see, the consumer in the rural area, I have seen, I do not know how many people in your panel have seen that there is a huge queue in the rural area for consumers to get the gas cylinders, to be able to get the diesel for their generating pumps, and they pay huge extra amount to access that product. You know, nobody wants to understand that. They are paying much more than what the price
wants to say something.
And today the rural people are being actually taxed.
Here Mohandas Pai.
Being taxed, and they have no other option.
Here Mohandas Pai.
You know, they are paying much more than what you are charging them.
Here Mohandas Pai. Here Mohandas Pai.
Nobody is trying to bring this on the front.
Go on.
What's talking about it on the parliament. Nobody is talking about
the government of India this year. Anna, the government of India this year had budgeted about 4,50,000 crore of borrowing to meet the deficit. If you don't raise oil prices, it will go up to 6 lakh crores. Do you want to compromise the future of our children by borrowing more money
to become
to meet
efficient.
subsidies and
You have to have
You
have
to become efficient, but not by making Madhur's statements.
This is
you
wrong.
become efficient by concrete points,
This is wrong.
not by making Madhur's statements. The government should do innovation. What innovation will you do if you are the Prime Minister?
Yes.
Let's be very concrete. Let's not make Madhur's
come on now.
statements, please.
Don't tell me that
the country is in deep
unwise
trouble
people.
on the economic front. And this cannot happen with
Of course not. They are not. They have put themselves into trouble.
Eh.
They put themselves into trouble.
Please tell
What rubbish are you talking?
where you can reduce the
They have put themselves into trouble. They do not know. They do not know good governance. They do not know good governance. That is why all these scams
I want to enter.
They do not know what is good governance.
Anna, you
Political
have
choice
to
being made.
never
1 minute.
reverse
Why
it.
don't you understand this? 1 second, Bijan Mishra. Why don't you understand it? You step back and listen to what Mohan Guruswamy said. He said, who's the Aam Aadmi? 1 second. No, not rubbish. Please, 1 second, please. Please calm down about Mohan Guruswamy. See, I am also affected. Please, we are all affected. And let me tell you my sympathies. I am affected, you're affected, all affected. Only person not affected tonight on a lighter note is Mohandas Pai. Mohandas Pai, you be careful. You know, there may be some people when you go back home will tell you, where did you get that statistic about prudence with 1 cylinder every 2 months from? but on a lighter note. Question tonight, a political decision has been made.
I ask people, Arnab.
Political decision has been made.
Arnab, 70% of people use less than 6 cylinders.
Please don't stick your neck out too much on that one.
Less than 6 cylinders.
Don't
study of research.
Don't stick.
It's a fudge data. It is a fudge data.
Okay, Bijan Mishra.
Oh yes, everything is a fudge data.
When these guys have no argument, they call data fudge.
Make a survey, give us data.
My question tonight is a political decision is made by the government of India which says we will subsidize the poorest sections. We will not subsidize the middle class. The middle class is not Aam Aadmi. That is what being said. Now, a lot of people disagree. The middle class is squeezed the most, pays the most taxes, bears the maximum burden, and is ignored the most in decision making as well. That is a political decision. That is a political decision.
The middle and upper classes, are mollycoddled the most.
Please don't club together the middle and upper classes.
They subsidize wheat, they subsidize education. Everything is subsidized for them.
Please.
Electricity is subsidized, petrol is subsidized, LPG is subsidized. I mean, they live totally subsidized existence.
Nothing is subsidized.
And they have.
That's not true.
And most. Of course, everything is subsidized.
Meenakshi Lekhi wants to respond to you. You agree with that, Meenakshi Lekhi? Meenakshi Lekhi versus Mohan Guruswamy.
Yes, I wanted to tell a couple of things because a question was raised about Gujarat. Gujarat has given money to World Bank, whereas the government of India is in deficit and is borrowing money from outside countries. When NDA government was in power, 67 countries repayment plan had been made and money was given to them, whereas this government has failed. So we are please, will you I'm sorry, just correct your facts. Just correct your facts. And number two, when a gentleman talked about Aam Aurat, and I think this is where it boils down to, we have talked about policies. The policies which are horrid policies have brought this situation where an Aam Aadmi, Aam Aurat is suffering, and we continue to pay for their foolishness. Not only that, when it comes to the money part, if a good governance is there, the money which is taken away from people in the form of VAT and other such taxes which Arnab has been recounting, let him go back and see the situation of Gujarat, how governance is to be done and how government needs to function.
I'd like to take you on that.
India needs to learn lessons.
I'd like to take you on that.
And government of India.
I'd like to take you on that.
Government of India needs to learn lessons. Let that money go back to people and not enter scams.
Put the magnifying glass on state governments. I want to take you on that. I want to take you on that.
The scams and inflation, which is caused caused by the central government policies. First correct that. First correct the expenses which are not being met.
I asked you a simple question. You gave a complicated reply which has been factually questioned by two of our panelists.
No, I'm not giving a complicated. I'm giving you a very simple answer. The simple answer is if you take money from people, give it back to people.
Sure.
And you're not giving it back to people.
I want to know what Mr. Badal is doing in Punjab. 1 minute. One minute. People in Punjab who are watching tonight can tell me if I'm right or wrong. Don't shake your head. I'll tell you why you are factually wrong. I want to take you on. Because my information is that on the 29th of August, how many days back is that, Meenakshi Lekhi? 2 weeks back. The retail price of petrol and diesel went up in Punjab with a hike in VAT prices, with a hike in the VAT rates. In Punjab today, VAT on petrol and diesel is 28% and 9.3%, right or wrong? Are you going to give that money back? Every time somebody pays that money at the petrol pump, are you going to give that money back to the consumer?
Every time there is an expense, I think money back does not mean money back in cash. But money back to the people means money back in kind. And the kind is the kind of welfare measure which the government is entering into. What government is doing for the people of Punjab.
That is very subjective.
What people of government of India is doing.
That is very subjective.
That is what government of India is doing. It is not subjective. It is what is happening with the money. It is this which is happening with the money.
It is 1000% subjective.
No, it is not subjective. This is factual. Thousands of crores. CAG report is not subjective. It is very objective.
Absolutely.
We are paying for the bad policies of the central government. If the money was being refurbished back to people, we will not have any problem. We have a problem that money is taken out of our pocket and is going into the private pockets of the certain
Three phone calls. I'm going to take 3 phone calls.
I agree.
3 phone calls, and I'm putting up the number right now. 1 second, gentlemen. I want to read out the number. The number you can call on, because I promised the viewer I'll take 3 phone calls at the end of this 5 minutes on the News Hour Tonight. What I want our viewers who are calling, please listen to me clearly. Whoever gets through on the phone number I will now read out should tell me who they want on the panel to answer this question. The phone number is a Mumbai number 0222499 0596. Mumbai number 02224990596, and I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I hear the phone calls behind me and they are buzzing. They are calling. Every person is calling. I'll take 3 phone calls tonight. Okay. We have people are upset, and people will ask you questions about your prudent 1 cylinder per 2 months theory. You be careful, Mohandas Pai. 1 second. First, Dr. Sandeep Shastri wants to come back. Dr. Shastri.
Yes. I'm saying the people are visibly and rightfully upset today because of the context in which this decision is taken. If you had a context where, be it the state government, be it the central government, had actually shown visible governance on the ground, I'm not, I'm sure that there would have been a less acerbic reaction to this hike that has happened today.
Okay.
It's always, I think we must understand the context in which the common citizen is reacting and responding.
Okay.
And Arnab, there are studies which have shown this. Arnab, there are studies which have revealed that the consumers are prepared to pay a higher price if they get good quality service. So people don't mind paying taxes, but the taxes have to be used efficiently in the favor of the citizens. It cannot be used for enriching the few people who have the power. So you have to understand that the consumers are prepared to pay a higher price, but not the way the governance is going. It has to be accountable, it has to be transparent, it has to be made efficient. So all
caller number 1
that more than 70% of the consumers are prepared to pay a higher price, provided you guarantee them quality service, which the government is not doing. And that is what the question is, and that is what we have to address. And I'm sure there are number of wisdom and number of wise people sitting in the
gentlemen, a Major General first.
It is not a rocket science.
1 minute. I have to take the callers. There are lots of callers, and because I promised only 3 for limitations of time, please forgive me. Our first caller, just being lined up, Major General Satbir Singh. Major General Satbir Singh is calling from Gurgaon. General Satbir Singh was on the line, lost the line with him. Keep the debate going. Will I connect the General back on that chat? Now, the context issue. Mohandas Pai, why are you silent on the context? If the context has been different...
No, Arnab, the context is very clear. Arnab, let me say this. We have a Colgate, we have corruption scandals. The government has delayed raising the price of diesel. They cannot delay it anymore because the oil companies have borrowed up to 90,000 crores and cannot borrow anymore. If you don't raise the diesel prices, everything will come to a standstill. Where is the money to meet the subsidy? There's no more money left. So this is it.
Where is the money?
This is the end of the line. So what else can you do?
Where is the money gone? Where has all the money gone?
Well. Ask the parliamentarians, they approved the budget, ask the parliamentarians.
Okay, caller one.
Yeah, why don't they cut their salary? Why don't they cut their salary and amenities by 50%?
And take forgo their business class tickets, their junkets. And I must say here, I am so upset.
Absolutely.
Let me say this today.
Yes.
Let me say this
Thank
today.
you very much.
Let me say this today. In Bangalore, we exposed the politicians who lied to the people of their own state, saying we are going on a study tour. 5 stories were done. They refused to come back. I can assure you, we'll have cameras waiting for them when they come back.
Why were they not imprisoned?
Pradeep is calling from Bangalore.
Why was money not recovered from them?
Pradeep is our first caller from Bangalore. Pradeep, what's your question and to whom? Or what do you want to say?
Yeah. Good evening, Arnab. Good evening, Arnab. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to put my question on News Hour.
How much money spent on her trips?
Pradeep.
But before hello.
Yes, Pradeep, go on.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me opportunity to put my question on News Hour. But before I ask my question, I want to caution you that you should increase your personal security because you are asking so much direct and difficult questions to Minister and MPs. So be careful. Okay, we are worried about your safety and security.
Thank you.
Well, now my question is, we should welcome the government's decision because their hunger is not yet full in spite of having Colgate, 2G and CWG, etc., etc., etc. So please, for their hunger, we should take that burden and let our MPs and ministers increase their tummies. Okay, I'm sorry for being cynical about it, but that's what it is. And all political parties should be dumped into the Arabian Sea.
Well, a lot of anger against political parties coming out tonight. Pradeep, thank you very much for your phone call and for your advice. Going to take 2 quick calls tonight. Let me see if a second caller is... Okay, that's Colonel Sadbir. 1 second. There's some confusion. While I wait for the second caller tonight. You see, that's the context, that's the anger. Isn't that evident, Prasenjit Bose? That tells you something, right? The political parties have to tap into this anger and do something constructive. They have to tap into this and do something constructive with it.
So those who are doing cannot be clubbed with the others.
Yet one more wake-up call for political parties.
And the economic context which actually explains the anger that you're talking about. I think the political context, obviously, with all the corruption scandals and the gradual erosion of credibility of this government, and also many of the opposition parties, most of the opposition parties, I should say, I think that there is a justifiable anger among the people that this anti-people government is heaping further burdens on the people. But it is not only the political context. I think the economic situation in our country is deteriorating very fast. The GDP growth is coming down. Inflation is not coming down. Inflation is on the rise. Food inflation is on the rise. On the top of it,
it is not only the government.
So the whole
people. I think it is
not only the government. All
justifiable.
That is the story. Everyone is saying that tonight.
All political parties have to remain.
No. Everyone is saying that tonight that
you have to make investments.
No, see, Mr. Guruswamy, everyone is saying tonight we'll take rational decisions. We'll support rational decisions. But somewhere the same middle class who you are saying, is not relevant for subsidies anymore, is asking questions as to, okay, we will pay, but what is the context in which more money is being squeezed out of us? One second. Rajesh is calling in from Assam. Rajesh is our next caller from Assam. Here, Rajesh, please. Go ahead, Rajesh.
Yeah, now I would like to ask the panelists that there is lots of talking about the economy is deteriorating, but now the figures are coming for companies. They are earning more and more. Their profits are getting bigger and bigger, and only it's common public and middle class which have to pay for all this.
Okay, Meenakshi Lekhi, you want to take that? Meenakshi Lekhi, you want to answer that?
Valid point.
Yeah, this is precisely the point. You see, things like electricity, things like health, things like education is the responsibility of the government, and government has privatized these things. I'm not against privatization, but privatization to what extent? That these companies go on making money, keep getting subsidies, keep getting benefits, and there is no accountability. There is no accountability. These are the things which Government of India needs to provide to people. What are we paying for? What are we paying for? Security is not in order. There's nothing.
One caller,
no,
one more caller.
Competition does not mean that even in a state like US, the government of USA is responsible, and that's a capitalist economy. We call ourselves mixed economy, and government is not willing to take any responsibility.
You need
yes, absolutely. And not definitely.
Cannot be influenced.
So regulator does not mean
regulators who cannot be influenced by the
it's not just political parties. Money is earned by these
regulators like
going back as a kickback.
One more caller, please, ladies and gentlemen. I'm coming in 1 minute. Our last caller is Colonel Sukhbir Singh. Colonel Sukhbir Singh. Colonel Sukhbir Singh is calling from Delhi, and I want to say this today that we are overwhelmed with the phone calls coming in. I'm sorry I can't take more than a third phone call, but I hope that in the voice of the callers who are calling in today, somewhere you feel your own voice heard. Colonel Sukhbir Singh from Delhi, go ahead, Colonel.
Mr. Goswami and ladies and gentlemen, I just read that we are privatizing the profits and nationalizing the losses. That's what our government is doing right now. Isn't it shameful? A common man is suffering. This thing of 6 cylinders or 7 cylinders, please get down to ground level. It's disgusting. You people don't know what ground reality marketing. Thank God the army is sustaining this
completely agree with
country.
Colonel Sukhbir Singh, thank you very much. You see that that's the point to write. You see this, I have a feeling that
the government wants
we are privatizing the national resources.
Well, I'd like to say tonight, I thank you for your call. Mohandas Pai, that calculation of 1 cylinder every 2 months is a figure which will be questioned by many.
70% of India consumes 1 cylinder for 2 months.
Well, it's you know, it's
data. Look at Anna data. Yes.
Now the fact is, gentlemen,
Petroleum has made a survey. Ministry of Petroleum has got a survey.
Mohandas Pai, not 70% of India, but 70% of LPG consumers.
Okay, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining me on the News Hour debate tonight.